Hello everyone, my name is Bao Anh and I'm 12 years old. So today I'm going to talk about Task 25, Ancient Egypt. So Egypt, right, a really mystical places with a sphinx and a lot of pyramids such as the Great Pyramid of Giza. So we're going to talk about ancient Egypt in today's presentation. Now let's start with the introduction. First, thousands of years ago, a group of people lived in the country of Egypt in Africa. Okay, they live on the banks of the Nile River, the longest river in the world, which is the Nile River, with Nile crocodile. But it's really helpful for them because they were farmers, so they can easily plant their crops because water is really good for the crops, and they also can use it for boat traveling. Okay, good. And they also are hunters. In that place near it was forest, really great place to see animals to hunt. Pang, right? Okay, and they was also ruled by Pharaoh. The king was called Pharaoh. Okay, beliefs. What are their beliefs? Okay, they believe that after someone died, they would go to heaven. Not really the heaven, but in the other world. Okay, a person next life would be. They thought the person next life would be like their present life, right? So what it happened right now will be happen when they are in the other world. Okay, and they need the same tool as well. They believe they need the same tool. So people are buried with a lot of things that they own. Next is that they believe in the sun god. They say that the king was related to this god, and the king's body, also when the king is died, the king's body would preserve with spices and oil, so it would not rot. And also when kings and queens died, they were given very fancy burial. Wow, made of shining gold. I guess so, but not really shining gold, but a face made like gold, really fancy. Okay, now to my favorite part, the pyramids. Pyramids. Wow, very great. I like the pyramids. So pyramids. They the pyramid was built in there were the king's body was buried in the pyramid, and it looked like the sun rays shining on earth. People believe that the king would go to heaven on the sun rays, and then when the king was still alive, they started to build the pyramids because it took hard work. Because the stone is really heavy, they need to push it by hands and also their uh, own energy, really hard work. So it's hard work to take the stone out of the ground, but it takes harder work to move the stone to where the pyramid is, and it took harder work to push the stone up to where at the top of the pyramids. Okay, uh, they move the stone by using sleds. Sled is like there's some, for example, this is a pen and here is rock. They lay the pen down here, they load the rock on it so it roll easier for the plants, for the stones to move. Okay, and inside the pyramids there are a lot of hidden rooms and tunnels. This is for Chick and the tomb robber. The giant stone is placed in front of the real room. Wow, inside was a huge things, the huge place. Well, you see that the pyramid is huge, right? But inside the room is not that big. Okay, and the room is not that big, but they put the stone to be in front of the real room, so they see that this is not a wall, this is a wall, not a room. So they can easily, so it can be trick robber. But almost every king tomb is now tomb was robbed by the tomb robber. Okay, and now let's talk about the famous famous pyramids, which was the Great Pyramid of Giza. Okay, and there are some pyramids near it too. Those pyramids are smaller. They are King Creative, and who owned this pyramid? Of course, it was belonged to King Khufu. And lastly, what we call a statue, really famous statue, the Sphinx. The Sphinx was the one who guide the pyramid of the Giza. Right? It had a head of a human, a king, with no nose. What's wrong with that? And also, the back of it was made like a lion. So half human king and half lion. Okay, then now conclusion. So when we learning about ancient Egyptian teaches a lot about life in the past, life long ago. We can learn about the clothes that they wear, the tools that they use, the food that they eat, and also the god they worship. And by studying them, we see that they have a great culture. Okay, so you see that ancient Egypt is really wonderful with a lot of mystical things such as what is in the Sphinx. Okay, but we still see that they have great culture and good structure, the pyramids. Okay, and I hope you learned something new in today's presentation. And goodbye, everyone. See you in the next presentation. Goodbye.